Well, good afternoon. I guess you can all figure out what this video is going to be about. In a continuing video collection of group ride protocols, I offer this one, and it's hand signals. Now, I know all you hardcore bikers out there know all your hand signals and what have you, know how to ride and like to do your own thing sometimes. But for newbies in particular, we're going to go over these hand signals. And it looks like we got 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 hand signals here. But I've highlighted the ones that, from my experience, have been the most often used and most important. But we'll go from left to right, top to bottom anyhow. All right, what do we got here? All right, this is to stop. All right, that's pretty basic. You want to just put your arm out there and let it hang down, and that means you want to stop. Now, that's pretty basic, right? Wow. How many times have you run across somebody that just can never remember to turn their signals off? Some people get annoyed by that. But anyway, if you see in your rear view mirror somebody behind you has their signals on for no reason, then that's the signals that you use to remind them to turn the signal off if there's no rhyme or reason for it to be on other than the fact that they forgot to turn it off. Obviously, if you have a gold wing or some such, you don't have those worries because they come off automatically. Here's our first highlight. Single file, very important. When the road captain sees something up ahead, say a bicycle rider or some sort of obstruction on the road, and he wants to steer everyone behind him to just follow him, you got that single file signal. That is often used. Also, if there's a road blockers, they're going to set up a block of intersection. They're going to want to get back to the front of the line. So typically, if there are road blockers, the road captain will, when he goes through the intersection, will put this one single file signal on, and everybody drives directly behind each other to allow the road blockers to get in their position without having to ride into oncoming traffic to get to that riding position of theirs. All right, here's another one. So once you've gotten into your single file, now you got two fingers up. You want to go back to your double formation. Remember, it's left and right, and you got your separations, 2-minute rule. You get back into that position again. Yeah, sometimes you see somebody coming up on you. You want them to slow down because you may see something up front that would cause everybody to slow down eventually. You want to give the people a heads up behind you to slow down. That's what you do when you want them to slow down. All right, so whenever you go out on a ride, the first thing you do, either before you go to bed or very early in the morning on the ride, is you top off your gas tank. Nothing is more annoying than going for, say, a 100-mile ride, and the first thing everybody wants to do before they do the ride is get gas. That's a no-no in group riding. The tank should always be topped off. All right. If you got some gappers back there, the person in front of them may request that he pick up the speed and tighten up that formation. But sometimes people, either because philosophically or just plain too nervous, they prefer to create a big gap between themselves and the bike in front of them. What they should do, if they are in fear of riding in tight formations, they should be in the back of the pack. I don't think I've ever used this one. Oh, very important. Okay. Hopefully the road captain will see something coming up and he'll give this signal. But, try to give the person behind you a heads up that there's either a roadkill or a canyon on the road or a pothole or whatever the hazard might be. Try to give them a heads up. On the left side, you stick your finger out there, and on the right side, your foot or your hand, whatever. But the point is, warn the people, pay attention, warn the people behind you that there is a hazard coming up so they have a decent chance of avoiding it. If they run into a big rut or a pothole, there's only two reasons it happened. Either the guy in front of them didn't give them a heads up, or they weren't paying attention. So warn them about road hazards. Yeah, that's pretty common sense, right? People know when they're supposed to follow somebody. I don't ride it that much at night, so I don't ever use that one. People typically don't have a hard time letting people know they have call for lavatory use. Yeah, that's common sense. You want somebody to get in front of you, you just wave them over in front of you. No problemo. And this is something that anyone can use, but if the captain wants the group to pull over, that's the signal right there. And then everyone just follows the leader onto the shoulder of the road and takes care of business. So that is the hand signal situation. Memorize them, use them. A lot of times you'll go on a group ride and there will be no safety briefing whatsoever. When I was running my family-oriented riding group, we never left a staging area before a good 10-minute safety briefing. Why? Because it's repetitive, but people appreciate little refreshers. It's all about having fun out there and coming home alive and happy. Thank you.